Welcome to WWLeeTV and episode 4 podcast with my good friend right here.
Hello!
Yep, I can't believe it, but it's episode 4. It's here right now. It's happening. It's on. We are counting down till Battleground, so we're going to go over our thoughts of the last few weeks, Raws, the build to Battleground, and then we're going to go into our main topic, which we'll reveal a little bit later. But hope you've been enjoying the last few podcasts that we're doing. Going to make them better and better as we go on. More ideas coming up. So I hope you enjoy this one, and feel free, as always, to leave your thoughts and comments in the section below. Let us know what you think. And yeah, let's get this going. If
you can get the image.
There we go.
Hey!
So you should be able to see all of our links to social medias.
Beautiful.
So you've got WWLeeTV, which is myself. You've got blackwhitesoul. You've got all of our social media links, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Boom.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
How you doing, Rick?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm hunky-dory.
And I see your shiny new phone.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I've got myself a nice new phone today because my other one's busted. So I got myself an iPhone 6. So I've just taken a picture with it and put it on Twitter. So go and check it out.
Does it have all the megapixels?
It has all the megapixels and all the memories. This is the reason I got it. 64 gig.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's more than I have in my head. The memory's atrocious.
Yeah, so it's about damn time I had a big enough memory in my phone because I was running out of space with videos and pictures and all that sort of stuff. So, plus I'm going on holiday this year. Didn't want to buy myself a digital camera. So.
No. Well, that's understandable.
Yeah.
So you got anything coming up on your channel at the moment?
Other than my main focus is really these podcasts, but I'm trying to work out whether I want to go back to my original format of just doing my original 2-3 minute videos on all the news and rumors, or sticking with this weekly podcast that I'm doing, because I find now I'm averaging only 1 video a week instead of 3 or 2. So, but I'd love to know what your feedback is on that one, guys. What do you prefer? Which format? Because I'm trying to work it out, so I need your feedback. You're the ones that are important, so let me know. How about you?
Oh, for me? Yeah.
Any plans coming up?
Well, I've switched my format now for my almost 1 minute review of Raw and NXT. I've sort of quit with SmackDown. I might go back to it, but it's just been pointless doing SmackDown ones. Recently sort of changed my job up a bit, so I actually have a bit more free time, and over the summer I'm going to have a lot more free time. So I'm looking to branch out into my other stuff on my YouTube channel. That'll be coming as I sort of figure it out.
Nice.
Boom.
We need to do another challenge video at some point.
We do. I actually had an idea for a challenge, which I might as well say now, since it's actually wrestling related.
Okay.
What we could do is basically wrestling charades. So basically, one of us will like sort of perform someone's entrance, and we've got to figure it out.
Oh, I love it.
I think that'll be a good idea.
I love it. That sounds brilliant.
That sort of came to me the other day. And yeah, what is the status of the last 2 challenges we did?
So I was tidying up my desk here, and I noticed that SD card sitting right there, and I was like,
language, PG error.
I was like, damn, I haven't actually uploaded at all to my laptop the last 2 challenges that we've done. So before we do any more, I want to get them on this weekend.
Okay.
So that's going to happen.
Yeah, I'll try and get them edited up as well.
Yeah.
I haven't got around to it either.
We are way behind. We did plan on doing these every couple of weeks, but it is hard trying to come up with new challenges that are different and funny. So I'll get these on, see what you guys think, and then we will.
I love this. We'll talk about like when we release them. We'll edit them up and then release at the same time.
Yeah.
So we're all
that sounds good.
Cool. Let us get on with the main bulk of our show. So first of all, what on earth is going on with WWE since they've gone from these 3 quick pay-per-views in a row, and we have had a month to build? Not good.
Not good at all. Not good.
Frankly, I've written a different order, but we'll actually start. Let's start with the mid card.
Yeah, mid card sounds good.
So Randy Orton, Sheamus. Do you care?
Not at all.
No.
Mostly because I don't think they do.
No, Randy has appeared a couple of times. Like he's been on holiday or something. Sheamus just has not been doing anything. And so far, their feud is they've had a bit of a tussle.
Yeah, they've had a tussle. I mean, they've had some good matches in the past, but they've had a tussle over the last few weeks, as Ricky said.
But
And
Nothing
that's
to
it.
give
Nothing,
a damn about.
I can't get invested in this one.
R-Truth and Wade Barrett, their feud.
I'll tell you what, that's more entertaining than Sheamus.
It is. It actually has a bit more story. Unfortunately, it's literally just been Barrett just getting embarrassed week by week, and that's about it.
Not good for Barrett. I mean, he's the king of the ring, goodness sake. But it's been entertaining, purely because it's quite comical.
Yeah.
So,
I don't want to put him in mid card, but what's going on with Dean Ambrose?
I don't think they've got anything for him.
No, which is a travesty because he's been the most entertaining thing in the last couple of months when he's been like Roman Reigns' buddy.
Yeah.
He had a fantastic ladder match with Seth Rollins, and then this kind of push it to the side.
Yeah. I mean, they can barely come up with a story for Sheamus, who's got money in the bank. So what the hell are they going to do with Ambrose?
He's got that.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
But as Ricky said, he's been the most entertaining person throughout consistently for well over a year. So, ugh.
Right, Intercontinental, in my fingers are doing quotation marks, storyline.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's just having a combination of Big Show, Miz, and Ryback. The All-Star. Oh, for God's sake, on Monday. Here are the WWE All-Stars. Jesus.
Yeah, I kind of thought when he first said that there was something to do with perhaps the second game, like because they've done an All-Stars game. I thought they were going to do another one, and that was perhaps they had been revealed to be in it. But
no. But yeah, again, no storyline. They just have a different combination of matches, and as Miz shouts a bit. But as you were telling me, Ryback is actually now injured, so that match is off.
Yeah, he tweeted this out himself. He had some sort of fluid in his knee and had to go and get it drained at the hospital, but they won't let him wrestle now. So,
is the Intercontinental title cursed?
I think so.
Who had it before Daniel Bryan?
Because he won it at WrestleMania, didn't he? And
he won it in a ladder match because it was in a tournament.
It was Barrett.
Who got injured?
Who got injured?
Oh my God! Okay, who had it before Barrett had it? I can't think.
Barrett won it off.
Was it Ziggler at the time, or was it Luke?
No, it was Ziggler because they went back and forth.
Yeah, because Ziggler, like last year, him and the Intercontinental title were just like back and forth. First with him and the Miz, then him and Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, he's not injured, but he's not in a good position on the card.
No. Really not good.
Yeah, so Intercontinental title is cursed. That's what we're getting.
It's not good.
Well, since we mentioned Ziggler and Rusev, I've actually enjoyed these segments. I think Rusev, it's like Damien Sandow, bless his soul, wherever the hell he is. Rusev has been given like not a great storyline, but he has really worked hard with it. He got unlucky with the injury, but it let him show character, and I love his just ridiculous chauvinistical "Come here, hot summer, you are better than cold fish Lana. I don't know what is wrong with woman. Why you not just submit to me?" I just love him so much. But just the slow transformation of Lana letting her hair down, and just as soon as she's out of those suits and into something more skimpy, I'll be happy. But Ziggler, so like, has not really. The feud is between Lana and Rusev, and Ziggler just happens to be the guy there. He's not added anything to this.
And whether that's because he hasn't actually signed a new contract yet and they don't want to give him anything big, I don't know.
Yes, because he is now apparently, according to the website, out indefinitely due to Rusev's attack.
Yeah. So that's basically him trying to figure out what he's going to do now, I guess. But as Ricky said, Rusev and Lana, it's about them. And Rusev really, really stepped up on Raw. Incredible match with Owens and Cesaro.
And then a brief one with Cena that got interrupted. And didn't see it, but apparently a really good match on SmackDown with Cesaro.
Yeah.
With Cesaro actually got a clean win.
Yeah, I mean, we just seen the highlights. Well done to them both. They really, really stole the show that night. So.
Tag team titles. Again, not much of a story. Just they kind of have matches. I've actually really enjoyed Titus O'Neil on commentary the other day. Like, he is just like ripping it. He was showing character. It doesn't kind of translate as well to the ring.
Yeah.
In the ring, he kind of looks a bit like a sort of toddler trying to negotiate Lego.
Yeah.
Just a bit stumbly.
He's so big and tall. I think he's one of those people that's awkward in their own body.
Yeah.
He looks a bit clumsy.
But I think New Day didn't have the title long enough as well, because the New Day they've just clicked with this character so well, and it's so good.
Yeah. They're getting there, definitely. They needed this win, and they needed this push. So, and it's down to them now how they handle it. But it's good to see him on TV at least.
It's kind of like, I like what's going on despite the actual storyline they've given them. Because there's like no storyline, but they're getting a bit of time, so not the worst situation it's been, but again, not that interested.
No. There's still time.
Now, the one that basically turned around in one show this week, the women's division, just suddenly exploded on Raw with Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks getting introduced. I don't think they have officially said there's actually any sort of women's match. Not that I can see.
Who'd have thought that the best segment of Raw would be the Divas?
And with all three of them, Becky Lynch with the armbar, Sasha Banks with the bank statement, and Charlotte Flair with a figure 8 leg lock.
Great visual. Did you see the meme of them playing Twister?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they're all playing Twister. They're all doing their submission holds, and there's someone's managed to put like a Twister board beneath them. So
that's amazing. I'll give her that.
The hottest game of Twister ever. Who's the Irish girl? What's her name?
Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I suppose you've not seen much of Becky Lynch, have you?
No, but she's nice.
Go back and watch the last Takeover special. Well, that has a fantastic match between Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. In fairness, she's only just come into like her own in the last couple of months.
Right.
But yeah, she's really good worker.
About time. Really good segment on Raw.
So yeah, basically the women's division has just been a big pile of rubbish with just Paige just getting beaten up constantly, and it has led to this, but we don't know what this is. This hasn't translated into a match. It gives us hope, but we don't know what it's doing or where it's going right now.
Yeah. Whether they come up with something last minute at Battleground itself.
The obvious thing for me would be a triple threat three-way tag. That's kind of where they've set up in the three-woman teams.
That works.
But they haven't actually officially said that's on the show.
No. Still, finally, Divas division could be looking much better. So
cool. Let's go with what has been my favorite segment of Raw, like since WrestleMania, US title, and just how phenomenal this has been. And just like last week, Cesaro and Cena just ripping it apart. Then we get in the fantastic triple threat that actually led to a short title match with Cena. And just Kevin Owens was just awesomeness.
I mean, Cena's been in this business, 11 years now? And he is now having the most consistent run of amazing matches that he's had in his entire career.
Oh, definitely.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
If I was to start thinking of my match of the year so far, I think about 4 or 5 of the matches I'm thinking of would be Cena matches.
And why do you think that is? Do you think he's just in a different mindset, or do you think it's against the right opponent that brings out the best in Cena?
I don't think that's the case. I think Cena is I've always said Cena is one of the most consistent performers. It's not like the top tier, but he can go out there and have a good match. It doesn't have to be with like a CM Punk or a Neville, a guy that can really pull something out of people. But yeah, it needs to be the right circumstance. I think for him, I think he's loving this. He seems to just be enjoying going out there and just putting on goddamn awesome matches and giving these young guys an opportunity. Unfortunately, he is the perfect corporate person and won't rock the boat. But this looks like something he's enjoying and something he wants to do, give guys a chance.
Absolutely. He's gone on record of saying he wants to help the guys coming up step up and grab that brass ring. What better place to do it than Raw? And it gives, obviously, the US title more prestige. Yeah. It's done much better over the last 6-7 months than it has ever. Because
Ambrose had it, it didn't mean anything. Rusev had it, it didn't really mean anything.
No.
And I can't even tell you who flip-flopped between it before then.
Yeah. But
now it's like that is the US title is the secondary title, while the Intercontinental is like, please don't give it to me, I'll get hurt.
I'm gonna get a knee problem.
Like, unless they turn this into a storyline, or it turns out that Bray Wyatt put like a voodoo curse on the title, and it's actually his, and it just anyone that has that title will die. I don't know.
It's mine. It's my title.
And that leaves us with the main event. It's been a mix. It's been a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Basically, the most enjoyable part of this has just been, you never know what on earth Lesnar is gonna do. When he turned up with 2 axes, I was like, gee, he's just gonna hack J&J. And let's give props to Jamie Noble for being working with broken ribs.
Yep. And getting thrown onto glass and
a car.
My God.
While Lesnar's just there throwing doors at the crowd and just I thought he was just gonna suplex the car to oblivion.
Yeah. Great segment that though.
That was it. The one a few weeks before that where he got beat down by 3 of the members. It was going to be 4, but yeah, he killed Jamie Noble that day. Which was a bit like, he was just getting beaten up by these guys that Roman Reigns has defeated constantly by himself. It's a bit of like, And then the final segment of Raw this week wasn't fantastic. Like, Kane's plan was to hide an axe handle under the desk. I don't see this like...
What is it with axe handles at the minute, though?
I really don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
But, like, why? Of all the play, you could have hidden it anywhere else. You could have just like had him like a Sting thing where it just hides in the costume. But no, I'm gonna strap it to the underside of the desk. So I'm gonna have to like reach under this desk, unstrap it without Lesnar, who's just staring a hole through me, noticing.
As Rollins trying to do it all subtly. I'm just gonna lean on this table. Don't you worry.
But then it's like, what were you going to do with it anyway? What good is that going to do against Lesnar? As was like proved. You like hit him a few times with it, and Lesnar's just like, Lesnar smash!
It was great. It was great that night.
But as bad as this sort of really has been, apart from like the occasional craziness with Lesnar, it's led to the point I really wanted. I wanted Seth all on his lonesome against Lesnar.
Absolutely.
This is a huge proving, because I think Seth's run has been a bit like meh. He's just been too whipped by the Authority and just too much of a cowardly heel. We really need to see what he can do and see how he wins. If he has some sort of master plan and they'll go down the route of him being intelligent and evil, or if he is just going to go, screw this, I'm going to go out there and just perform and like just does one hell of a match. Like Royal Rumble, the triple threat match. Again, the match with Cena involved was just phenomenal. And Seth was just going for it. He had like leaping off anything, diving, just laying anything in.
Yeah. And we said this before in a previous podcast, but this is exactly what he needed, because he's champion, for goodness sake, and he needs to separate himself from the Authority and then respect on his own.
Yeah.
Doing what he does best.
Well, since this sounds like we're about to get to it anyway, let's go with Battleground predictions. And start off with the big one. R-Truth versus Barrett. Who's going to win?
I want Barrett to win, but I think R-Truth is going to win.
I'm going to leave myself a disappointment. I'm going with Barrett. And I hope it just like that just ends it. Just Barrett wins. R-Truth never puts on his fake stuff again. And then Barrett goes off and, I don't know, probably gets the cursed Intercontinental title and then combusts. But he just goes, this should be it. This should be the last thing. And these two are done. Never ever to see each other again.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope he wins.
Sadly, this is kind of telling. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt, which did not come up at all in our discussions because I completely forgot about it.
Yep.
Because their story's not really been anything.
No.
All it did this Monday Night Raw was make Ambrose look like a doofus.
Yeah.
It's like, my buddy is getting attacked. I better just stand here and watch.
I mean, what gets me about this one is they're not actually saying why they're feuding. Even Bray Wyatt, who's used, I know he's very cryptic in why he's feuding with someone, but perhaps just a reason. Like, he's saying it shouldn't be you, anyone but you. Give us a reason. You know, give us a reason to get behind this.
This is the problem. They've instantly tried making Bray Wyatt the Undertaker, but he doesn't have anything. There's no like history, no thing. He just comes out and is like, "Oh, I like tuna and beans, and the beans will come, and then they'll take your eyes and up your nose," and he just says words that have no meaning or resonance.
No.
It's like, I'll tell you about the time that I once ate a burrito, and that burrito was your soul. It's like, that sounds cool, but doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. I think they're very aware of the fact that Taker's time is pretty much almost up, and they want someone like him in his place. I know he's never going to be able to really fill those shoes, but I think they're trying to force feed it down our throats. As him being like the new, well, what do they call him for WrestleMania? The
face of fear.
New face of fear. You know, don't force it. You just got to let him do what he can do. Don't overscript him and give him a bit more now than what he used to do in terms of story.
So who's winning?
I think Roman Reigns has got this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am actually going on a gamble and going Bray Wyatt.
You're going Bray Wyatt.
Now, we haven't seen the Wyatt family for a while.
Oh my God.
I'm hoping they've been gone. Though I think that might actually be an injury-related thing as well, but regardless. I'm hoping that they're back. This is like they reunite the Wyatt family, so Bray gets like a 3-on-1 advantage and gets the win that way, and then Reigns can come back and look strong against them. But hopefully, just like a bit of reboot for the Wyatt family, bring them back together. They haven't succeeded on their own.
Yeah,
and we just need to get some focus for Bray. Just tell us why, Bray. Why?
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, I quite like that. If that happened, I wouldn't be upset. I've always liked the Wyatt family as a whole. From the moment they broke up, wasn't too sure how I felt about that one. So, but I'm still going to go with Reigns. Let's just see how that goes.
Randy Orton versus Sheamus while I destroy your remote control.
Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Couldn't care less. I'm going to go. He's got money in the bank. I'd say Sheamus has got this one.
Yeah, and I will literally just say Randy Orton just to be different.
Yeah,
that's
there you go. Let's see who's right.
Do you have a pen around? And I'll actually mark these so we can we'll do a little video during Battleground.
I will leave you. There's a pen in the other room.
There's a pen. We'll figure that out afterwards. That's fine. So if we get that wrong, anyway, yeah, nobody cares. The primetime players versus the New Day.
Is this for the title?
This is for the title.
This is for the title. I'm going to go with retaining primetime players.
I'm going to go with you on that one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good for the title to keep getting switched back and forth, so I'd prefer... Sadly, now it's off the New Day as much as I didn't want it to be off of them. I don't think it should suddenly go back to them.
Yeah.
I think we give primetime players a chance, give them a few months, and if they don't work out, it can go back.
Yep.
But,
that works for me.
John Cena and Kevin Owens.
No, I really, really want Owens to win this one.
But this is a comeback match with John Cena.
Yeah.
You know how well Rusev and Bray Wyatt did out of those.
I can't see this one ending clean. I think someone's going to interfere in this one.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be against Cena. Someone's going to come in and beat Cena down. I think Owens will get the win, but not clean.
Okay. Yeah, I've got to go with Kevin Owens. That's where it should go. And then we give Kevin Owens a run with the US title.
I'd love to see that. Maybe even, straight to the main event. But I've got a lot of hope for Kevin Owens.
And they could... What I'd love is this then turns into a Kevin Owens Cesaro feud. They have a massive feud for a while. Just show what they can do outside of Cena. Yeah. And show that Kevin Owens is just a badass.
Yeah. Well, both of them are. We know they can do it.
Main event time. Seth versus Brock Lesnar.
This one I've been thinking about for the last 2 days. And because I have to keep a close eye on the rumor mill for my channel and such, I've been hearing stuff. Ricky doesn't. I'm not going to say anything. But we spoke about this while we were watching Raw. If Rollins wins, which I think he's going to, it's not going to be clean. But I'm going with Rollins retaining.
Yep, I've got to match you with that one as well.
Yep.
And I don't want to see Lesnar with the title again anyway. I didn't like him having it in the first place.
No.
Or at least not for the length he did when he just disappeared.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's too soon for him to have that title again. I think they've got bigger and better plans for him going into SummerSlam / WrestleMania. But I'll disclose that information in another video.
Ooh, you dirt sheet reader, you.
I know, but I enjoy doing my shit on the channel here.
Boom.
Try not to swear.
Yeah.
I apologise for that one.
He likes doing his poopy on the channel. His doo-doo.
His doo-doo, yeah.
Okay, shall we get into our other topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
The top 5 people who want to be champion and how they could do it.
Okie dokie. Well, we've been thinking about this one for quite some time. Over the last few days, I've been writing down my top 5 and the different stories I'd like to see them in. So I've got them all here. Ricky, would you like to go first?
Yes, I will. I'll go with basically the easiest one first. Frankly, Dean Ambrose should be champion, and you don't really even need to think of a special reason. He has just proved he is a top star. He's done main event matches. Just give him and Seth Rollins a 3-month storyline. Ambrose keeps getting screwed due to different reasons, and it just culminates in a... Because that's like where Ambrose thrives, and these two could be really inventive, and it would be a massive match. Have it so also that if anyone enters the ring, they'll be like fired, and that's it. Just straight up, best guy wins. Ambrose wins it, and you got a new champ.
Mm-hmm. Are you going from 5 to 1, as in preference?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of a mix. There's not like real sort of preference, but that's kind of how.
Sure. Well, my number 5 is Bad News Barrett.
Oh.
I'd like to see Bad News Barrett become champion. And if I was to book it, I wouldn't want to make it too easy for him, but I'd have it that he basically comes out, does a segment saying he is the king of the ring, damn it. He should be taking a lot more respect. He should be getting more matches, more TV time. So he steps up, he gets a few wins in. But what I'd really like to see is, as we get closer to when they come over to the O2 next year,
yeah,
I'd really love for him to go to like Vince or the Authority and say, right, I want a match in London. And they say, right, but you can have your title match, but you've got to have a match at the opening of Raw, number 1 contender. If you win, you get the main event of Raw at the O2 for the title, and he wins in front of a London crowd.
That would be huge.
We get a British champion winning on British shore. That is what I'd love to see.
That would be huge. I like that. Well done.
Yeah.
Well, my number 4 is a Brit as well. I'm going actually with Adrian Neville, or just Neville. I think he is so underrated, and he can have a good match with anyone. He's fought on guys the size of Brodus Clay and looked strong. Looked solid against John Cena and Kevin Owens, 2 of your top guys. Now, the way I'd do it, I would bring William Regal in as his manager, have him face still, because Regal, I think, would get a face pop at this point in time in his career. And Neville can talk, but he needs to be a bit more structured. It's not like as solid as skill. So you bring Regal just to help him like flesh out a bit of a character and sort of be a bit more of a mouthpiece, like Heyman is for Lesnar. And then you just have Adrian Neville just have really good matches for a few weeks until he like gets to a point where he confronts Sheamus and has a feud with Sheamus. He wins the Money in the Bank off of Sheamus. And then what he does the honest cash-in. So he like goes, well, Seth, I'm going to have a match with you at the next pay-per-view. This is when it's going to be. This is what the match will be. Let's do this. And they just go out there and put on one hell of a match. And you have a clean win for Neville. Like, how long he keeps the title? Well, don't know. Faces tend to not keep titles as long just because the heel and the sort of build-up is more of a big payoff. But I think giving a smaller guy a chance and a guy that is just a fantastic wrestler.
Hell yeah. I like that. Definitely. Woo, these British champions. Okay, my number 4, Dean Ambrose. shocked because he's Dean Ambrose, damn it.
Dean and Ambrose.
Yeah, I mean, he has had such a crazy couple of years. He's been in some of the biggest, bestest matches ever. He's on his own little run now. Shame he's not on TV that much this week, in the last couple of weeks, but I think he should become champion. And he's so scatty and all over the place that I think quite a fitting thing to happen for him would be for him to win Money in the Bank. One, because he's a worthy winner, and I think that'd send a lot of people home happy. But two, instead of waiting months or even weeks, I want to see him cash in on the same night as he wins Money in the Bank. So the Money in the Bank opens up the show, and then he cashes in at the end of the show on Seth Rollins. But obviously, it's not an easy one. He has to go through a half an hour match with him. But yeah, I'd like to see him become champion somewhere like Money in the Bank.
Exactly. And I think like he's probably the one that will get a chance at some point, I think, out of the people we've said.
Yeah. I think that would be a great finish to like something like Money in the Bank. So, yeah, brief one there, but it's Dean Ambrose. I haven't got to say much more.
This is going to be an odd one, and I don't know if you'll even know who this person is.
Okay.
Matt Morgan.
Matt Morgan.
He briefly had a stint when Lesnar had a little faction. He had a faction with him, Nathan Jones. The Australian.
Oh, I know him.
Matt Morgan, yeah. He's got this cool move called the Elevator, where he sort of lifts them up and turns it into an STO. He went to TNA, and I think he's got a really good character. He's like 7 foot tall dude, and he is big and muscly, and he is agile for his size. I think he's a really good worker. He's sort of tied to Global Force Wrestling at the moment, whatever that turns out to be, which is Jeff Jarrett's thing with the current death of TNA. And yeah. But he'll probably be free, and it wouldn't be hard to get him. And you could bring him in as Seth Rollins says, I'm done with you, Authority. I'm doing my own. And he brings him in like a Shawn Michaels and a Diesel kind of thing as a bodyguard. You can have that going for quite a few months, if not like a year or so. And just have it like culminate in the... It's a time-tested story. You basically have it, so he just starts taking Matt Morgan for granted, and then Matt Morgan finally turns on him and then just gets sort of the title and the champion that way.
Yeah.
And he's just this really big dude who's really, I think, charismatic and big. Yeah.
That sounds good. Cool. Threw me off for that one. Matt Morgan. If you guys have heard of Matt Morgan, put it in the comment section, because I haven't. Okay, my number 3 is, in all honesty, one of my favourites at the moment, with the way he's been over the last couple of weeks. Cesaro.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely Cesaro, because need I say more? If I had it my way, basically what would happen here is he would just come out after a series of more matches and wins. He comes out on Raw and he calls down Vince McMahon. He calls down Vince McMahon and he calls him out on the comments that he made about him not being over. And he brings him up on it. And he says he demands respect. He's shown why he has respect from the fans and that he is over. And he wants a shot at the title. Vince obviously doesn't make it easy for him because it's Vince. But he grants him a match in the future. So for several more months, Cesaro goes through some hellacious matches on Raws, pay-per-views. And eventually, Cesaro gets a shot at the title, but again, it's from a tournament. And he goes through a series of matches and he wins the tournament. And the winner of that tournament gets an entry into the Royal Rumble. And then he wins the Royal Rumble and then goes on to main event WrestleMania. I'd love to see something like that happen.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm sad I didn't actually pick Cesaro myself for my list. But yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. I would love to see that happen for him. A whole big road to WrestleMania. Ugh. I'd love it. And if I was to put him in a match at main event of WrestleMania with anyone, I'd like to see him and Lesnar go at it. Because those two would just...
Oh, and if there's anyone that can like go suplex with Lesnar.
Oh my God. I mean, Lesnar is undeniably, he's a freak. he is strong, but Cesaro is also a freak.
Yeah.
So,
I want to see that
Goosebumps.
suplex from the outside to the inside
Oh
on
my-
Lesnar.
on
Let's
Lesnar. Honestly, it gives me goosebumps, that idea. So, whew.
Yeah. Well, my number 2, Bray Wyatt, because I think he could be a good champion. But what I definitely have is what I've already said. Sort of what I hope happens at Battleground is a reunion of the Wyatt family. And I'd have them actually like recruit some more. Like the Ascension doing nothing. They've got no real potential on their own. But as part of the Wyatts, they kind of fit in with their kind of thing. And they could incorporate them into the family. Maybe like try and get 1 or 2 other people that are just a bit of a loose ends. Just so he has like a big cult.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have it so just like every match is just like the Wyatt family attack. And like basically he could have them all come out and they could all just stand around the ring, not touch anyone, but just stand around the ring and look as just Bray like beats people. And like they only ever interfere if he like moves. Like they'll just literally stand there and stare, just look creepy. Like have them like line up around for his entrance. I'd have like this, make him like a massive cult, have him doing like proper promos with actual points to them, give him reasons to take down some big guys. And I'd have this culminating in them going to the Royal Rumble, and Bray has got a massive chunk of the Rumble under his thumb. And then anyone that's been eliminated, they're all like getting involved still, attacking people in the back. And like eventually I'd have it so like the locker room revolts everyone that just helps get rid of all the Wyatts. So it just turns into someone left with Bray, and then Bray gets the advantage, goes to WrestleMania. And I'd have that way, and I think that would be like a huge thing, and have a win at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I like
and
it.
That would be a bigger crowning and make him actually a big deal to the new face of fear, rather than just like, here's the new face of fear. But why? You haven't given us a reason. This would give him a reason. This would give people a reason to be scared.
And it would be his first ever belt that he's holding.
I know, that is ridiculous.
But if there's anyone that I think can do it, I think Wyatt, definitely. I mean, he's gone up against Taker. He's had some huge segments.
Yeah.
He's got something about him. So yeah, I like that.
Exactly, better than his current thing of if you have a match with Bray and lose to him, you apparently then get a title match to something else.
Stupid.
Like Ryback and Ambrose. Ambrose got a world title shot, and Ryback got the Intercontinental curse title.
Yeah, the curse.
The Intercontinental curse title.
Curse
title. Yeah. No works.
Okay, so my number 3 was obviously Cesaro. My number 2 is Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens. If there's anyone other than Wyatt that can just go straight to the WWE title, for me, I'd love to see Kevin Owens do it. He came in, he debuted on the main roster, and he beat Cena clean in front of a shocked crowd at Elimination Chamber. I'd like quite happily have him skip Intercontinental and all that, and just go straight.
Thank God,
to
skip the Intercontinental.
Yeah, skip it. You're just going to get injured. Intercurse title. So for me, I'd have him pick up that win on the World Heavyweight title from Cena.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, because I've got all these ideal matches in mind when these picks. I'd like to see him and Cena go at it for the World Heavyweight.
So what, would you give him like a bit of a build-up from now, like just break away from Cena? And then
basically he has a continuous run of great matches, which he pretty much has done since he debuted on the main roster. And in between that time, Cena eventually would obviously drop the US title, but would eventually pick up a win from whoever it was that held the World Heavyweight and win it. And these two, I think, would have a great match. Maybe even WrestleMania, a Royal Rumble, one of those big ones, SummerSlam. I don't care which, but I'd just love to see him go at it for the World Heavyweight. No real big story in mind for this one for me. I just want it to evolve.
Like I did for Ambrose. He can just do it.
I think he can just do it. And those two, definitely love to see it.
Cool.
I think he would have a great run as a heel champion.
Oh yeah.
Randy Orton didn't do very well at all. Seth Rollins is okay. He's had his moments, but he's had too much authority involved with him. Kevin Owens, for me, could just do it on his own. And
I think Kevin Owens, he could still have that attachment to the authority as long as he isn't subservient to them. Like, he goes for them and like, hey, could you make this match happen? Yeah. But he's not just like, oh yes, please, save me, Stephanie and Triple H.
Yeah, I don't need your permission. I'm going to go out and do it anyway. Stuff like that, you know? He just goes up against the authority. And I'd love to see him, like, having a war of words with Vince.
Yeah.
A bit like where Vince didn't really want Austin to be champion at all. I think Kevin Owens to be that sort of guy.
I think that's probably a true thing, because like Vince probably looks at him going, "Look at you, you're fat.
Yeah.
You're not athletic.
Yeah.
It's not like you had a half an hour match with John Cena and wasn't even like panting at the end."
He does literally look like he spent the weekend on the sofa eating burgers and drinking beer, but goddamn, he's athletic. So I think he would naturally also turn face while holding that title because he's so good. But yeah, for me, number 2.
Cool. Well, my number 1 is Cody Rhodes. We had this time last year, or actually year before last, jeez, where the Shield Cody almost got the Money in the Bank. People were so hot for it. He got cut off by Sandow, had a feud with Sandow, then got in an alteration with the Authority, got fired, had to win his job back. Him and Goldust had one hell of a tag team run. Then it kind of fell apart after that, but they were so hot. The crowd was so into them. So I would have it, of course, Goldust returns and continues the trying to get rid of Stardust thing. Because we know that Cody is Stardust again. I thought he was just going to come back as Cody, but no. So this can happen down the road when Goldust is better, and it culminates in like a retirement match. And then Stardust actually wins that retirement match and like retires Goldust, but that kind of makes him realize that he's now like fired his brother. And then he like comes in the next day and is like just like comes out for a match, but then just like walks off. As he walks off, he sort of just like starts wiping the face paint off and like getting off the stupid costume, the gloves, chucking them on the ramp as he just walks off. And he's like gone for a few weeks and then like comes back eventually as Cody Rhodes. And I'd have him sort of go through the route. I think he could do well through the Money in the Bank route. Like, because he was so hot when he was almost there. I think they'd sort of recreate that. Have him actually win the Money in the Bank, and then he can have a good cash in. And just, I think it's good enough. He just needs. He's a good wrestler. He's a guy who can talk. He's not the best at talking, especially if you can't compare the poor guy to his father. His father was just like 1 in a million. He's like one of the most charismatic guys. Come on, like if you look at Dusty, you don't think wrestler.
No, you don't.
But when you see like those promos from back in the day and just like his just presence, that's something that Cody's gotta. He'll never be his father. Just let him be his own guy. And I think with a Money in the Bank, he can get a cash in, get a win, and can have a nice title run as a face. But then he's got it in him to sort of turn and be heel and get super arrogant.
Yeah.
You could even have him like team up with Orton, and they can have like a rekindle the sort of relationship they had as like heels. So I think there's a place you can go with it.
I like that a lot. Cody Rhodes, great champion. Son of Dusty Rhodes, great wrestler. I like it.
Who is your number 1?
My number 1, without a doubt, Dolph Ziggler. And I've had a dream match in mind for several months, maybe even a couple of years now, of him going up against Daniel Bryan in the main event of WrestleMania in a 60-minute Iron Man match. I'm sorry.
I wish.
A 60-minute Iron Man match at WrestleMania. Yeah. But first of all, obviously, I'd start off from the point that we're at. I'd have it so that we've got obviously Lana and Dolph side by side. But I would have it so that eventually Ziggler turns heel. Because I think he
kind of thing that was kind of teased this year.
Yeah.
Like with the tweets and then with the whole, like, you're a turd.
Yeah.
That weird, like, is he going to turn?
Yeah, because, I mean, Ziggler openly said he wants it. He said it on TV. He said it in Twitter. So he's side by side with Lana. Eventually turns heel. Don't care how.
Does he turn Russian?
A Russian Ziggler. An 80s style Russian
I'll take you down, comrade, bro. Now let me tell you something, Jack, bro.
But I think Lana up there with Ziggler in the main event. Great talking point.
And
So
what, then Ziggler goes and gives Lana a kiss, and then Daniel Bryan...
I would kind of have it so that before Daniel Bryan and Ziggler run into each other, Lana and Brie Bella are, for some reason, like, I don't know, meet backstage and they're getting a bit of a scuffle, and they kind of actually build to a match between those two.
Oh, but I hate Brie Bella so much.
No, she sucks, but she's my way in for Daniel Bryan to come back. So Daniel Bryan eventually gets better. But touch wood. Daniel Bryan gets better. He returns. Obviously, Dolph Ziggler is aware of this, so he calls him out again and demands the match that he never got to have at WrestleMania with him. Now, eventually, Ziggler goes on and on and on about Daniel Bryan and him having a match at WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan comes back. He goes through the whole Royal Rumble, wins, and I'd have him winning the title perhaps the month after at like Elimination Chamber. And I'd love to see like Daniel Bryan grant Ziggler permission and give him the match at WrestleMania, and those two go out and have a 60-minute Iron Man. But the girls at his side leave and just let them go at it. 60 minutes. I'd love to see that.
Boom.
And obviously Ziggler go over, win the belt, confetti, fireworks. He needs that moment.
The boyhood dream has come true.
Yeah. That's it for me. I'd love to see that.
Yep, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. He deserves it so much. He works so hard. He literally just puts his body on the line, and he's like the best bumper I've seen in years. Like the spots that he does, the passion that he shows. Ugh.
WWE, like, higher ups, if you're listening, feel free to steal these ideas. Just go out there, do it.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone can live up and perhaps even match or come close to the match that Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart had, I think those two can.
Definitely.
And I think a 60-minute Iron Man would be great at WrestleMania 32.
Yes. Let us know who you would like to be champion and how you would like them to get there. You can leave those messages on the comment section below in this video, or on our Facebooks, Twitters, Instagrams. Carrier pigeon.
whatever you prefer.
Write it in a bottle, throw it in the ocean. Actually, I don't condone that. That's littering.
Yeah. But guys, that's what we're here to do. We're here to talk to you guys. Share with us everything that you want to share with us. Social media is out there. So, yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. We will continue to come up with some new ideas for future podcasts, and I really like this idea of the Wrestle Charades.
Yes,
WWE Charades.
we'll do it.
That sounds like a lot of fun. We're both going to try and upload the other challenges that we've done fairly soon at the same time.
Yeah.
I'll do out a tweet, and we're going to do that.
Boom.
Works. Anything else to say, my friend?
No, that is it. That's all I can think of. So stay in touch with us. We'll keep doing this because we enjoy it.
It's been a lot of fun. I love doing these. As I say, like, I love doing my stuff on the channel, but my podcasting with Ricky now is brilliant. I love it. I just love the format and the style, and it's really good. So let us know what you think.
And until next time, like, subscribe, share, and TTFN.
Ciao for now, people.
Did you hit the right button?